You all, I know it's dark in the background, but I just got off a live stream, so I wanted to come on live and do my own live stream real quick. And again, forgive me if my energy level is not at the highest. Just had some dental work done. I thought it was a smart decision for me to go to the gym today, but I still have stitches in my mouth. And so after I broke a sweat and got out in the air, that mix didn't happen well. But nonetheless, I'm going to drop this real quick live stream, right? If you're watching the crypto market, you see that Bitcoin is at 25,000. Let me see. Uh, Southern Bad Boy. Excuse me, you all. Excuse me. Yeah, BTC is at 25,000. Ethereum is at 1,300. And then everything else is just pretty much red, right? This is where people are made financially successful. This is where millionaires and billionaires are made. This is when people are buying when there's blood in the streets, right? Per se. And this is how you want to enter in. You never, any investments, people, any investments that you invest in on the uptrend, meaning that's in the green or that's not on the down end. When a reset happens, you're going to lose out. And basically, I'm going to have this live stream with the phone conversation that my uncle and I had, and he's in real estate. We was talking about real estate and everything, and I was telling him how much equity I had in my home, and I really wanted to pull out the equity. I have over six figures of equity in my house, but I didn't have an immediate investment. So I don't take out money that I'm going to have to repay and reservice out, especially equity on my home, unless I see something that is will give me the ROI, a greater return on the investment back for my monthly payments, right? So I'm keeping my equity in. And then this was his conversation to me. I purchased the house at the end of 2008, 2009 housing market crash. He was like, "You bought your home in the dip. You bought it in the red. You're not going to lose that equity. Only people that buy at the high levels of any investment usually lose out. So if you buy into stocks and real estate and crypto at its highest peak, right? When it resets, because all investments do, you're going to see real estate houses that's probably going to be maybe 30% cheaper. This is the thing, though, even about real estate, because he has the insider information. Large corporations are going in right now and purchasing real estate. Big businesses like BlackRock, big investment corporations, they're going in with these developers. They're buying communities of houses from these builders. And guess what? They are not putting them on the market for sale. They are putting them for renting only. And this is where the IMF comes in with the statement that people will own nothing, right? And be happy. People will own nothing. America is changing into um, a renters, right, nation where people will just be renters for the rest of their lives. And Southern Bad Boy says crypto regulation is coming, which is good. 5 years now, we will look back, and I agree with that. I definitely believe because you got Jamie Dimon with JP Morgan and Chase, which is the biggest bank of all banks in America. And in 2017, Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan and Chase was like, none of the employees can invest in crypto. They was totally against cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. Any employee of JP Morgan and Chase and Jamie Dimon that were found to trade or even invest in BTC, right, could be terminated from their job. Now the script has flipped where JP Morgan and Chase now is investing in BTC. And so what could the bottom be for Bitcoin? Definitely based off the trend. You can definitely look at maybe 22,000. But I told everyone we're in Shemitah year, which is a biblical calendar of recessions and reset according to the Bible. And that September 26th, which is my birthday, ends the Shemitah year. This, which means that at the end, beginning after September 26th, people, you're going to see the bottom fall out of everything. What's even more important, in my opinion, is not necessarily crypto going into the red, but for people that have 401ks that are not transferring their 401ks. I was talking to my uncle about the PRA account that I'm helping people through the cash flowing program that I'm with in the business, so they can save years on their 401ks where they won't have 5 years of labor wiped out from their 401k. And this is the thing. I did a live stream. I think what maybe I don't know. I live stream every day, but I think it was either Friday or Saturday night, and I was talking about the households that earn over $50,000, and specifically minorities under the age of 40 are big investors in the crypto market because they are more technology savvy. Um, Again, most people don't even know this, but since 1971, the dollar has already been electronic or digital, right? When Nixon removed it from the gold standard, the dollar has since 1971 has been backed by nothing tangible. So we've been on the digital dollar for a long time. And when you see like baby boomers are not making money on their savings, even if they save money right now, and you got the elderly people, the elderly class, not making money on their savings due to low interest rates and historical low interest rates, which means people have to work longer and the rich continues to get richer. So when you see major and corporations investing in Bitcoin, my question, or investing in certain cryptocurrencies, right? Then my question to people is why aren't you? When you see what these major corporations are doing. And another thing that got me sold on Bitcoin, and um and for me, I got into Bitcoin late, right? I got in it at the halving. That's when I started studying it, and it was $3,500 then. So for me, if it doesn't get below $3,500, I'm good, right? I'm good. It doesn't matter because I understand that I'm in this for the long term. But when you see these two entities that's not investing in crypto market, and specifically, number one, um, households that earn under $50,000 a year, stats wise, statistically, I'm trying to get that out with my two. They are not investing in crypto. To me, that's a sign to get in when you see large corporations investing. Why is it a sign for household under $50,000? Because most people with a poverty mindset are not investors. So you do just the opposite of what persons with a poverty mindset do. You do just the opposite of people that's living paycheck to paycheck do. And people that live paycheck to paycheck are usually not investors. That's why the Bible says the poor will be with you always, because it is a mindset. So when I look at large corporations are investing in it, when I look at banks like American Express, credit card is now offering Bitcoin rewards. When I look at Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, PNC Financial, Star One Credit, all these credit unions, TD Bank, Canada. I can go on and list about big corporation, the Bank of Thailand, Singapore exchanges, and now more businesses are getting prepared, or they're getting set up within the next 2 years, the next 24 months, to start accepting cryptocurrency as payment. So wealth transfer, people, it takes at least 3 years of holding this. And this is why you need to have the cash flow so that you can hold on to your assets. Now, again, I was just on a live stream, and I saw some comments of people saying, I'm going to buy one gold chain. I'm like, do you think one gold chain is going to make you a millionaire? Listen, I'm not against gold and silver. Gold will be used to reset the currency system. But I want you all to think about this, right? I want you to think about this, and I'm going to read your comments. People, I'm going to say it like this. Gold is made through the infinite God, infinite intelligence. It's made when a supernova, a star bursts, and the minerals goes into the ground. It has to be mined. It has to be deeply, a lot of labor to obtain it. It's a store of value. It doesn't rust. It doesn't decay, right? And somebody said, stop taking financial. Well, let me say this, Daryl. I don't get a dime off of people that um, take financial advice from me about cryptocurrency. Let me say that first and foremost. I'm just trying to position people for the wealth transfer. I don't get it. Now, I invite people to take the crypto education course. But other than that, I say this all the time, that counting my money, and this is out of the words of Megan Thee Stallion, will not make anyone rich. I know what crypto has done for me. I know my crypto portfolio. Me taking my time to live stream and give you the history and education about cryptocurrency, because I already know that when most people get their gains from cryptocurrency, they're not going to come back to, most people won't, to me and say, hey, I would not have had this success financially if it wasn't for your advice. So, point blank, period. I really don't care if you take the advice or not. Stay in your financial situation. That's why the Bible says the poor will be with you always. I really don't care. I just love teaching about it. And I know my financial success. I can care less if people got in crypto. However way people pay their bills and whatever financial level they want to be on in life is absolutely none of my business. That's number one. But I did block him, so I don't even know if he's still on. Right, Ryan? Because you're not going to get on my platform and and talk to me any type of way. Start your own live stream. You're on YouTube, so if you feel like what I'm saying is wrong, then go get a set of people to follow you. Uh, Jeremy says, gotta stay down during these times. This is going to be the hardest time of life. I agree with that, Jeremy. I agree, but it's all worth it. You have to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because listen, this currency system has to reset itself. Everything is inflated, and it was by design, like a long time ago. This is not a oops. It's everything is by design. They already prepared the pumps, the gasoline pumps, to accept $10 gas. I went to the grocery store today. I talked to a grocery store worker, right? And she was telling me that she didn't know why the lines have been long all day. People are just getting in the point now where they're hoarding food. They're trying to, stock up. It was 50% of the bread on the shelves was gone. Um, I think it was probably about 70% of the meat left, but you can see the scarcity, especially in chicken. She said she thought it was Father's Day weekend because people were just coming in bombarding. And so they're going to grocery stores now, trying to stock up and trying to get food, right, in larger volumes because they see the writing on the wall. So American people specifically have not been taught about finances for a reason. In public schools, right, the US dollar came off the gold standard again in 1971 by President Nixon and Henry Kissinger. They signed a deal with Saudi Arabia also to create the petrodollar. The Saudis would only sell their oil for US dollars. This is how the empire began with the petrodollar after it was removed from the gold standard. So it allowed the creation of the middle class. And most people don't know that the middle class is created. Now, over 40 years later, the Saudis are moving away from oil, and the countries of Russia and China are already away from the US dollar. Now, the highest all-time high for gold has been, I think, $2,000. $2,000. It's at 1,800 now. And this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying about gold for people that say I'm going to get that one gold chain or et cetera, et cetera. Okay, Southern Boy says Bitcoin will drop to 20K and Ethereum to 1K. That is a good buying time. I agree with that. I agree with that. Um, but people, gold is used as a store of value to help people that are already rich because gold is at $1,800 now. Not to lose more of the value of the dollar. You're losing like 8 to 9% daily of the purchasing power of your dollar. So why save it? Why not put it in an asset class in which you can preserve the value in it and not lose the value? Or you can grow the interest on it instead of losing the purchasing power interest. But this is a game for rich and wealthy people. Now, somebody said that they think gold will go to $40,000 an ounce. Maybe. But if you can afford 1 ounce of gold, you're still only up about 38K. So again, they're saying that the transition are already going for banks and restaurants and even renting houses to accept the cryptocurrency payments. Again, large corporations are investing in it, so why aren't you? Now, with that being said, people, the United States, how much $1 trillion of debt we're in? The last time I looked, it was like $30 trillion and growing. The global debt is about $284 trillion. I'm sorry, not million. The economic growth cycle is coming to an end. There's no reason to teach, economics in the United States. If you know how the economy works, the system, the system is set up to fail. The system won't work. And again, um, someone says it's already headed to 20K. Yes, it's about 25. So to me, for people that don't have any Bitcoin, that's a great opportunity for them. Again, I got in at 35 and I got in late. But if it goes to 20, if it goes to 15, I'm still ahead. It still has been an inflation against my dollar. It's all about your entry point. It's all about when you enter in. It's all about, did you buy it at the all-time high? You never buy any investment at the all-time high. People that just bought real estate and bought houses within the last year, when this housing market crash happens, they're going to regret buying houses at all-time high. That's the rule 101 of investing. Never buy in the all-time high. And that way you're safe. I always buy the dips, the crash, the red, the collapse, whatever you want to call it. I would not even invest in silver right now or gold if it wasn't that. I definitely get silver. Silver is about $25 an ounce. I mean, that's kind of like a no-brainer. But if I wouldn't, I wouldn't get gold right now if it's in the green. I would wait till it takes a dip. Am I not buying Bitcoin anymore? I dollar cost average with Bitcoin, so I'm always getting in Bitcoin. But my main thing is some of the altcoins, some of the alternative coins that I know that's going to be used for artificial intelligence, AI, machines and robots that will replace the job of humans, right? And then I'm also into some of these privacy coins, designed to be, where the transaction on the blockchain can't be traced. But again, you know, people know what you're investing in. If you want to invest in crypto, as Warren Buffett says, don't ever invest in something that you don't understand. And if you don't have a desire to understand cryptocurrency, then it's not your game. Most people want to get in gold and silver because it doesn't, they just know it's God's money. And they feel like it's a hedge against inflation, which it will be. But at the same token, the mindset of why people want to get in gold and silver is just to convert it back into government's money. That doesn't make sense to me. Now, silver, yes, because it's both industrial and monetary use. But gold, God's money, if rich and wealthy people hoard gold, right? Rich and wealthy people hoard gold. They never trade it back in for a depreciating asset like paper cash. And that's some people's mindset about it. Because they know that the longer they have gold, they will always have generational wealth in their family. That's the mindset of the rich and wealthy. Gold is for kings and silver is for queens. Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. A great time to buy silver. Also, make sure that you get the silver, or even if you want to get in gold, that is not reported back to the IRS, where you don't have to complete a 1099-C form, right? Or is it a 1099-B form? It's BRC. I have a book on my website, CryptoQueen1111.com, 4 ones. And it's the Queen of Coins Silver Stacking Report. But I know that one of those 1099 forms is for the write-off of credit card debt, which is charge cards. I think it's 1099-C. And then when it comes to silver, I think it's 1099-B or vice versa. But you want to get the silver. In other words, you want to make sure you're not getting collected silver. You also need to know the difference between, uh, oh my God, a silver round versus silver bars. All of this should take education versus collectibles, right? And so you want to know those differences and the difference in junk coins, your junk silver coins, right? So you need an education. Um, the ambiguous truth, I'll agree with that. I would not buy digital gold or silver and gold ETFs. And if you're going to have physical silver, have a way to store it and have a way to protect it. So, these gun laws are changing and things like that. Um, TB Bishop says, if you like avoiding tax, look for liquid loans. Can get a 0% loan on your asset rather than cash out. Well, if you're getting loans against crypto, for example, then you have to know that when crypto is in the red like it is now, they're going to either require you, whatever loan platform or exchange you're using, to invest more into that crypto because your loan to value ratio has to be like, I think 80, 80 loan to value ratio. I think it's around 80. And so if your loan to value ratio goes above that 80 mark, they're either going to ask you to deposit more money and buy more into crypto against that loan, or they're going to start an automatic repayment back of the loan. But I tell people all the time, with cryptocurrency, as with any other digital asset, know the difference between a paper loss, a loss on paper, and a prosperity loss. That's a big difference. You don't have a prosperity loss until you sell. A paper loss on paper means that whenever that asset starts going back up in value, you still have the same amount of quantities. Even when people sell on their gains, and everybody's financial situation is different. There's no just cookie cutter system for everybody. If you don't have the cash flow and you have to sell out of your capital gains on your assets, to get your essential items that you need, that's a different story. That's why I tell people to get your cash flow up and get your credit up. They have, and I may do a live stream on this tomorrow. They have right now buyback, cash back credit cards that you can get up to 20% cash back within the first 90 days if your credit is good, right? Um, oh, you just mentioned that 4% back with precious metal purchase on site. That's financial damage once AMP Mex releases their credit card. Okay, that's cool. Thank you for sharing it. I didn't know that. Let me read. Um, yeah, silver and gold is real money. I do agree with that. But you still need education about that. And then, one gold chain is not gonna get it. One gold chain is not gonna get it. But yes, constitutional. Silver and gold is real money. They will be used to reset the currency system. So my thing is, do your best ROI, your best return on your investment. Roger, thank you for tuning in. Keep educating people who wish to learn about the next. To some, I'm sorry it took me so long to get back, stroll back up, and of currency. That thank you so much, Mr. Roger. Thank you so much for that compliment. The Ambitious True says also a great time to buy whiskey and wine, both very vulnerable and last a long time. Buy things that people will need or want in the future. I probably need some wine right now for my tooth, but it's tooth pain, right? If I wasn't in pain, I wouldn't even know it. Um, but yeah, I should not have got out and sweated and got in the air with my stitches in my mouth. But people, like I said, if you had a cash flow and you can hold on to the ISO 222 cryptos for 2 to 3 years, it will change your financial status. It will change your generation for your family. For a lot of people, you can get in while they are still cheap and affordable, right? But for right now, like I tell people, you need to make sure you have, above all things, even though cash is, losing its purchasing power 8 to 9% a day, cash flow is what you need. If you don't have cash flow, you can't hold on to assets. And people are sometimes forced to short sell and sell out. And 2, 3 years, they're going to be saying, I wish I would have held on to, whether it's your silver, your gold, your crypto, or whatever. Because this, and yes, central banks digital currency will come out, CBDCs, And when this happens, some of these cryptos that have no utility, no use cases will go away. So know what cryptos, because not all of them are created equal. Some of them are Ponzi schemes, but not all of them are. And again, I just like studying the economy, helping people prepare and plan. And I don't give a dime. I don't get a dime whether what your crypto portfolio look like, unless you just want to bless me one day. Other than that, I have no vested interest in you investing in crypto and you investing in gold and silver or anything. Like for example, some people that talk about gold and silver, they're going to have an affiliate link, so you can use their affiliate link to invest. But I do have an affiliate education program for people that want to invest and learn about cryptocurrency. Yeah, I agree with that, Brandon. I agree that people need to have a certain amount. I don't know why I can't highlight your comment. Okay. Um, a certain amount of cash on hand, cash on deck. It's going to be even harder now to get cash out the banks. Um, Again, if you're going to store cash and gold and silver, have your protection. Again, they're talking about these gun laws changing. Even if you're growing crops, you're going to have security to protect it, right? Uh, Lee says, greetings, I'm holding for the long haul. However, do I really feel it would take 3 years since the Euro zone will kick in November? I think we're going to see a hard crash. Worse than this with crypto. I don't think this is going to be just the bottom. We're really going to see it in 401ks. And like I said, I'm more concerned about the people that don't have their 401k switched over. But beginning of 2023, the first quarter of 2023, this is going to be hell for some people in the economy. Starting after Shemitah in October, and then you're going to see more use cases for cryptocurrency in 2023 going to 2024. You're going to see it more incorporated, more accepted. People are going to not want to use the dollar, don't have the dollar. Whether it be like the Zimbabwe dollar, where people just not even using it anymore, because most people don't understand that when the government, when they get ready to see, inflation works in the favor of people that's rich and wealthy, but it works against people that's holding on to cash and that's not investing. So it can make the middle class poor, but it can make the rich and wealthy even rich and wealthier, because inflation drives up assets, true assets, right? And so for those people that's positioned, inflation for them, like for example, if you in Exxon or Chevron stocks, you became a part of uh, those big CEOs and corporations and companies getting richer from this gas price. So it's all about, your education, your mindset, and the moves that you are making with the mindset. Crypto will make people rich if you know what the ones. That's right. If you know which ones that take. Um, and there's still some stocks. I just don't, really specialize in stocks. But there's still some stocks as well that's going to do well, and you can get in at stocks at fractional shares. So people, I'm gonna leave you out with this. I'm gonna leave you out with the 10 P's if you want to produce prosperity. And guess what? Prayer is not one of them, right? Prayer is not one of them. I tell people prayer should be prayer. Again, forget my slur. It should just be used to connect you to the prosperity plan when you are in tune with the infinite God, infinite power. So you need what I call a prophet, which is a mentor. You need a financial mentor. I know people that have taken out loans just to pay people at a higher financial standard to mentor them. I'm talking about $10,000 loans to get into their course or their products, or $5,000. You got to be willing to invest in mentors. So in the Bible is referred to as prophets. You got to have a plan. You need to have a plan. Make sure you have a playbook. Don't go into any investment blindsided. At least learn as much as you can learn and invest in financial education. You need a product. I don't care if it's digital product right now or tangible products. You need a product to be prosperous in this recession. You need a place. I tell people the power of a home-based business, especially for tax deductions. If you are flipping anything right now, whether it be real estate, forex, cryptocurrency, or stocks, you're going to have a large capital gains tax bill. You don't want to give up 30 to 40% of your wealth in taxes. And even if you buy the wrong gold and silver, and then you convert it back into the government's money, you're going to be taxed as well if you're not buying the right silver and gold. So you want to have a place, because a home-based business gives you 475 tax strategy. That's why I always have the word cash flow on the screen. If you're going to be a flipper, if you're going to be a trader, you need to have tax strategies to keep the money that you're making. My uncle and I, again, we had this conversation that sometimes you'll see middle class people repeating things that multimillionaires say about, it's not about the money that you make, it's about the money you keep. People, it's about the money you make as well. If you're under 100K, 106 figures right now in America, that's equivalent to $50,000, right? You need to do other things to get your cash flow up. And then once you get your cash flow up, make sure you have tax shelters in place to keep more of the money that you're making. You need passive income. Passive income. What if we go back in quarantine again? They're already talking about the numbers. The numbers are back up with the, you know what? I don't want to say that word with that. They're saying numbers are increasing. So you need a passive income opportunity, and preferably a place wherever you live that you can make extra cash flow outside of your job hours. Many jobs, this is going to be great layoffs right now. Many people are going to get laid off because machines and robots, artificial intelligence are going to come in and replace those jobs. You need protection. I'm dropping all these P's. You need protection, people. And you need patience, and you need financial education principles. Um, I'm telling you, vodka, whiskey, and wine will get you a long way in the near future. Tell the government to stop. The government won't ever stop taxing people. I just tell people you need to change the way you're making money. The government is never going to stop taxing people. But at least you recognize tax is the biggest stealer of wealth. So what you do is you add the 475 tax deductions and you protect your money. The government is not never going to stop taxing people. The rich will always pay less taxes because the rich understand that they don't work for money. They put their money to work for them. And the tax laws won't change. As long as you are a holder, investing, and you're not flipping assets, you get taxed 0%. Right? When you flip assets, investments, then you get taxed 10 to 20%. When you're self-employed, most upper class or six-figure income earners are taxed 40 to 60%, because most self-employed people, not only they have to pay tax for themselves, they have to pay for their employees. And then employee, mean if you have a job, you're taxed 20 to 30%. So I help people shift income shifting that stops their paycheck or their small business earnings or capital gains return from being taxed more so they can keep more of the money that they're making. If Bitcoin hits 19K, which it possibly could by October during the fall, it could. Then I'm going to have my cash flow up so I can get more to dip. Because I do believe that Bitcoin highest this year has been like 60K. And then we have another Bitcoin halving, which means when a Bitcoin halving event happens, it's unlike the dollar. Supply and demand, which means it keeps it less supply, less available. And it's a hedge against inflation. That's why it's referred to as digital gold. So when this happens, less supply is available, raises up the demand. Also, make sure you have your cryptocurrency on a cold wallet, outside storage. You just don't want to keep it on Coinbase. You want to set up this storage. If you don't know how to do that, text crypto on the screen. But you all, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and share button. This is my 40 minutes of fame. Like I said, people become rich in recessions all the time, whether it's by products, whether it's about investing, or all of the above. Replay this, listen to the P's. But Bitcoin definitely, in my opinion, is here to stay. It is decentralized, which means no government control, no central banks. It's a global digital currency. And then Ethereum, I think Ethereum is here to stay as well. And then just research your ISO 222 cryptos. Look at your cryptocurrencies that's going to run central banks. I posted this in my Patreon. That's going to have global transactions made on them, right? And hold tight, people. We're about to see something that we've never seen in our lifetime. What we read about in the 1930s recession, we're going to see that going, for the next 2 to 3 years. This is not going to be a 2008, 2009 little, as Dan Pena says, this is going to make 2008, 2009 look like a flesh wound. It's going to include housing market crash, financial reset, student loan debts, credit card debts, regular debts is going to be included. It's global. It's global. This is global, right? So plan accordingly. You said push chain is going to copy everything. I'll research that. I'm looking at near protocol. I'm comparing like near protocol and Solana, things like that too. Right. So I'm looking at some other things, but the core cryptos that I know, I'm just getting more in. Okay, y'all have a great night. Sorry it's kind of in the dark, but I don't have much that will of light in here. And just want to give you all a quick update. Scrap yourselves up, people. This great reset is here. It's here. And for the rest of the year, we're going to see some things that we never seen in our lifetime. From pricing to crashes to reset, protect your 401k. But hold on, because some people are about to get the richest they ever got if you make the right moves, right? Crypto Queen out. You all, thank you. Hit that like, hit the thumbs up, and share this on Facebook and thumbs up as well.